Tell me if that journal popped up on your guys' screen.
Yes.
Yep.
And if you go down to chapter 3, a stray bullet, that's your intro there. Tet?
Yep. All right. Couple hours away, a week ago, in a girl's room, she has a book in front of her with a pencil, and she's scribbling in it. And here's my best 15-year-old girl voice. October 1st, 2010. Dear Diary, I guess we're going to the lake next weekend. Get to leave school for a half day. I'll miss math. Thank God. Todd and Justin aren't in any of my PM classes. Debbie says we should just try to get into remedial math so we can be in the same class with him. Todd is so hot. October 2nd, 2010. I hate Laura. I will never call her mom. Dad is full of shit. He didn't even wait 2 weeks before he started bringing her around. Mom would be pissed. I know she would. They aren't even married. She is such a slut. I saw the tattoo on her lower back. A rose might as well be a bullseye. And then the handwriting changes and gets drastically worse. Bobby rules and girls drool. I'm going to tell Dad you called Laura a slut if you don't pay. October 3rd, 2010. I paid him my allowance this week. What a little jerk. I can't believe he wrote in pen. I can't erase it. I guess I'm going to have to get some whiteout from school. October 4th, 2010. I don't want to go this weekend. Todd and I had a wonderful conversation at lunch. He's so hot. He's going to a party this weekend, but I can't go. I can't wait until I get my license next year. 15 sucks. 16 is where it's at. October 5th, 2010. On my period. Real fun. I get to go to the lake with these cramps. Laura acted like she wanted to help, but she's a kiss ass. I heard her and Dad fucking the other day. I swear to God. Ronnie, gross. They thought I was asleep, but I was reading Mockingjay on my Kindle. October 6, 2010. Last 2 days have sucked. Bad cramps and bad mental image. Kinda wish someone would shoot me and I can fall in the lake and drown. At least I could be with my mom again. I miss you, Mom. October 7th, 2010. Dear Diary, Dad has a cold, so I'm hoping he'll call off this trip to the lake. Laura probably gave him some sort of STD. He says we're still going, but I hope he has the flu. Come on, flu, you can do it. October 8th, 2010. I'm in the car on the way. Dad is acting like he feels okay, but he looks like ass. Thank God this car ride is only a couple hours. Feels like forever. Johnny's a pain in the ass, but at least he can take my attention off Laura's dumb ass. And that's the last entry in the diary.
And so it was when this family finally did make it to Table Rock Lake. Ronnie was still having a fever, but that didn't stop him getting what he could of his family offshore from the resort as the zombies came out of the woods. They floated there in the waves, bobbing up and down, all through one night into the next morning, when a group of survivors emerged from behind some cottages and a shot rang out. Oh my God, we're saved, Ronnie thought. Come on. But he looked back at his little girl. The only thing he saw was that the boat was sinking and that his little girl's life force was leaking out into the waves, gently lapping up onto Table Rock Lake. Survivors jumped into the water, saved the little girl, saved Ronnie, Laura, and her brother Bobby. And now, as we open up this game, they're on their way back to the clubhouse in an effort to save that little girl's life. But first, we're going to backtrack a little bit to the night before. We're going to backtrack to when things weren't so bad. Sure, things were going downhill in the cities, and sure, Obama was about ready to make his presidential address. But for Branson Shores Resort, things were looking up. Danny's bedroom. Things were looking up. In fact, Danny Wells, the owner-operator of Branson Shores Resort, had just met with a young couple that had come down to Branson from St. Louis. A young couple with a little bit of money, a young couple who both had spent their childhood on the shores of Table Rock Lake, and now that they had come into some money, want to be an investor. They want to ensure that their family has this resort and this peaceful lake and the nice people to come for years and years and years. So they want to invest in Branson Shores, and Danny met with them because, one woman can only do so much, especially when her key employee is Big Paul McCall, because, no way in hell is he going to get things done. At least he changed the battery of Danny's radio that was on the fritz, or did he? Because Danny might have thought that it was very odd that her radio didn't buzz a single time with Paul needing something in the clubhouse. Or that annoying bitch Bella Storm calling. They always want something. In fact, things went really well with the potential investors. Danny went out to dinner, and the male investor maybe had a little bit too much to drink, and they came back to Danny's house. And if he had too much to drink, what's wrong with a couple more shots? Maybe a couple more shots and cocktails, and, well, he couldn't drive home. So Danny went to bed early in her bedroom, and the man and the husband, the investors, went to sleep in the guest bedroom or maybe out on the couch. And we're going to progress to the next morning. Danny is waking up. There are birds chirping. And Danny, you probably have a bit of a dry mouth. You have a little bit of a hangover. But you might be feeling good because there's going to be an infusion of cash very soon into Branson Shores Resort. And if this pandemic that's sweeping the nation goes away in the next several months, you're going to be sitting pretty. But as you wake up, you look at the clock, it's already 7 in the morning, and Big Paul hasn't called wanting something. No calls from annoyed guests. You wake up on your own. And then you hear the sound of a car alarm. Now, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, Danny, who is just pouring herself a cup of coffee and had taken her first sip, that car alarm goes straight through her ears and through her temples and into her teeth. She kind of clenches and says, "Oh, it's a little early for this shit." Sets down her coffee on top of some papers with notes from the meeting with the man, and 2 words written big and circled on the top of her notes, and that was timeshare, the new model for the Branson Resort. And she walks over to the window, opens it, sees if she can identify, which car's going off. It doesn't sound like her alarm, or maybe it is. It's her dad's old junker, and she's not as used to it.
Yeah, you hear that car alarm start to continue to go off, and it just makes your headache just awful, worse. And you look out there, it looks like there's, this early in the morning, a traffic jam on the road on the way out. You must have slept through it. Alcohol will do that. Maybe you have a white noise machine that was on too, and so if there was a little bit of a cacophony overnight, maybe you didn't hear it. But that alarm keeps going off, and you see now what looks to be shapes shambling kind of towards the car. But you're far enough away that it just looks like people in their pajamas and other clothing.
Yeah. She's like, okay, they've got it. So she kind of shuts the curtain and sits back down at the table, takes another sip, waits for the car alarm to go off.
That's when you hear a crash come from the guest bedroom.
Fuck. She splashes a little bit of the coffee on her notes and hurriedly kind of wipes it with some paper towels and then kind of just shouts out, "Is everything okay?"
There's no answer. There's another crash, and it sounds like something is falling down behind the door, and you hear a very irregular coming from the door.
She gets up and goes over to the door, knocks on it. Hey, I heard a crash. Is everything okay in there?
The door starts to
Mr.
jimmy a little bit, like somebody's trying to get out.
Mr. Stewart, is that you?
Nothing. Around that time, you start to hear gunshots coming from outside.
What?
Every once in a while, you hear a sound of automatic gunfire, semi-automatic gunfire.
Mr. Stewart, are you okay? She says again.
That's when you hear.
She's torn between trying to open the door and she just kind of feels the knob. Did he leave it locked?
Oh yeah, he locked it because they're going to invest. They had a little bit of sexy time last night.
Yeah, she just kind of jiggles it. Hey, I hear some gunfire out there. Just say something so I know you're okay.
Now you hear the sound of glass breaking, like a window shattering.
In my house, their window?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. She runs up to her bedroom and goes to her closet where she keeps her pistol.
The pistol's there waiting for you, and the gunshots continue outside. Now you hear the sound of yelling, mostly men's voices.
She's never used this pistol outside of a firing range, which she used to do with her dad. But she takes it, kind of checks it, pulls out the box of ammo because she doesn't keep it loaded or anything, puts in a clip, looks out her bedroom window to see if she can get a better look at what's going on outside.
As you look at your bedroom window again, they're kind of far away, but now it looks like figures are walking away from your house, kind of from where that window shattered, and they're heading out back towards where the gunshots are coming from and where the car alarm is still going off. And now you see what look to be 4 or 5 figures, a couple of them armed, some of them not. It looks like they're shooting your guests.
I mean, can she see the figures coming out of my window, out of the window? Does it look like the Stewarts?
No. Mm-mm.
She runs over to the phone that's by her bed, and she tries to call 911.
It's a dial tone. It's dead.
Oh, shit. She thinks about Paul, but she can't get him on the line either. How far away is, like, the clubhouse where Paul would work?
It's not very far at all. It's a couple hundred yards.
All right, she throws on some sweatpants and a tank top, her Converse shoes, and maybe her wallet, stuffs it in her pocket, and other than that, just takes the pistol, holds it down at her side, goes down to the front door, looks outside the windows first to see if it looks clear.
Yeah, the
front door.
Yeah, the front of your house is clear, and this is where I'm going to switch the scene. Some time has passed, allowing you to go get your gun and kind of figure out what's going on. Let's see here.
She actually as she gets to the front door and she thinks about the gunshots. A little bit of backstory on Danae. Before her father died, she had been interning as a resident at a medical school at WashU. And she came back to take over the business when he died of a heart attack all of a sudden. But she had done some time in the ER and has a good bit of emergency medical training, and so she takes a minute to go to the hall closet where she keeps her medical kit, and she kind of grabs that before she heads out the door.
And as you open the door, you hear the shouting of more people. And here's your house, Danny. You can hopefully see my pin kind of right on the corner here. And then kind of looking out across the street right here at this corner, you see a man, and he has a pistol outstretched in his right hand and seemingly pointing it to another group of people a little bit further up the street. And you can also see a very frightened older woman kind of in the doorway of this house, Danny.
Do I know them?
No, you don't know them at all. And, like, they start to shout. And the man with the pistol, the rest of the characters know him as Paul Grigsby. He starts to shout. He kind of says, Now you just stop right there. I know we had a run in already. And this is proof that I wasn't lying. I'm still here. I'm breathing. Both me and Mama are on the mend, and I reckon Jesus be coming back soon. But I don't want to go to heaven just yet. And you see, we know we'll need to be armed. So he kind of points the gun from the unarmed family to Connor, to Jake, to Ben, to Bill, and then at nowhere in particular. Now you just leave me a gun, and then me and Mama will get out of here and be right out of your hair. What do you say? And I'll open it up to the group.
Oh, go fuck yourself. We're dealing with something right here. This little girl's been shot.
Very good. I see you all got guns. Leave one of them. Me and Mom will go right inside. You can take care of that little girl. He kind of looks at it up and down at her and says, and she looks to be bleeding real bad.
Danny at that shouts out, Hey, did I hear somebody's been shot?
Yeah, he turns the pistol at you. You shut the fuck up, woman. This ain't none of your business. If you know it was good for you, you get back inside your house.
Jake shoots him while
She just ignores him. She says, calm down. If you've got someone hurt, bring them over here.
Jake beat Ben to the punch. Once he turned his gun towards Danny, he kind of probably heard her voice, recognized her, and he's not carrying anybody, so he'll lift up his rifle.
Oh, I do have a guy. I am carrying her, so I can't do that yet.
Yeah, no, Connor would shoot as well as soon as he turns away.
All right, we all roll. I'm going to roll mine with a -2. Mr. Paul Grigsby. And it's going to be a wildly aimed shot. I'm going to roll 1d4 and see who it comes towards. It's going to come towards Ben Morton. And here's Paul's roll. It's a success.
I do this right. I just got to get more successes than him.
Yeah, you're still going to get hit, though.
And not if I get more successes.
You will.
Make sure I get.
Does she recognize? What's the name of your character again? Oh, you're Ben. Ben. Yeah. She would recognize Ben.
Like Paul's gonna get lit up.
Jesus fucking Christ, she says, and kind of gets down and, behind her porch.
Jake, as the fires are exchanged, he's carrying the girl, and he's kind of gonna just truck it towards the clubhouse. Or actually, I don't even know if he knew what Danny was saying. He was so wrapped into the standoff that he just trucks back to the clubhouse actually with her.
That's probably the building just right next to me.
I think it's this building down here, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the red roof is the
okay, that's the clubhouse.
Yeah, the bar.
We're next to Dipshit. That's where we are.
If she sees him carrying a small figure, because he heard him say girl, she'd probably start heading over there.
I think.
Try to, take cover on the way.
Ben, tell me what it looks like as you shoot him, but you also get hit.
Isn't it opposed rolls?
It is, but if you both succeed,
Oh, sorry. I
Um,
thought it was. It said if A or B gets one more success than the other opponent, only one deals damage.
I thought you both deal damage, but I might be wrong. Let me
Page
look.
62, my friend.
I think.
Yeah, it's only one deals damage.
So what is it both? If it's a tie? If it's a tie?
So if A and B get the same number of successes, both deal their own damage.
Okay.
If A or B gets one or more success, only one deals damage. And then for every success
Then you get to add the damage
beyond,
too. Okay, cool.
I guess that represents just being faster on the draw.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
So you see Ben, to answer your question, Slip, you see Ben, and you've never seen him hold a rifle before in his life. But the manner in which he raises, he's carrying an AR. The manner in which he raises it and pops a shot off, coolly under fire, hitting this guy twice center mass before that shot even leaves his pistol. It goes wild to the left up into the air, and you see maybe leaves and stuff rustle as it flies through harmlessly. The guy just drops dead immediately, and Ben quickly walks up to him, seeing he's dead, and picks the gun up.
The mama's just crying. No, Paul, my boy.
Ben, who is feeling awful about potentially being the person that shot the girl, he doesn't really have time for it. He kind of looks at her and goes, "Your son did this. You fucking remember that. That was his fault, not ours."
She runs and he cradles his body. Where did he get hit?
He got hit twice, center mass.
Yeah. He kind of pulls him up, and blood's bubbling out of his chest and coming out of his mouth, and he was instantly dead. His eyes just are dull eyes. They roll back in his head, and she just crumples to the ground in a puddle of tears. She doesn't even reach for his gun, even though it's right next to her. She's just lost the will to live. Danny Wells, how do you react? And please give yourself one stress point.
Okay, how do I do that? Where's? I guess it's on the character sheet somewhere.
Yeah, it's bottom right corner.
It's next to health.
There we go. I see it. Okay. Yeah, I think she was focused on the fact that she heard little girl and knew that someone was carrying them to the house, and so she had taken off, and she hears this gunfire again from the AR behind her, and she kind of is on her way over to the clubhouse, kind of looks over her shoulder and sees Ben. I don't think she'd really catch all of what was going on there, but she's freaked out. Ben, leave that dipshit alone. Get over to the clubhouse.
Ben quickly picks up the pistol, looks down at the old lady mourning her son. "You need to get inside that house and stay inside before you get yourself killed by those things. Go." And he goes over to Danny and Jake to help get the kid to the clubhouse.
What the fuck is going on, Ben?
It's
She
fucked
kind of
up.
lets them catch up.
Do you not know what's been going on since yesterday?
I mean, I know the president was going to give a speech or something, but I was busy.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you're doing, but the world's gone to fucking crazy. People are ripping each other apart, stabbing people, killing people, freaking Stormy Point, all the elderly people, all these weird things with this infection. They're just going after people, trying to kill them.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Did you not see
That doesn't make any sense.
Obama on TV talking about this virus and looting and it's affecting people?
I told you I didn't see the speech.
All right, well, let's get inside. Let's worry about this girl, and then I'll bring you up to speed, because it ain't good.
Yeah, they hustle on into the clubhouse, and she probably locks it as they come in.
Bobby and Ronnie and Laura and the shot girl, shot girl's being carried by Jake, but they all kind of run behind Danny and anybody else. If you guys head towards the clubhouse, you can easily make it, although up by that traffic jam, there's just a few straggler walkers. But Danny, if you look over your right shoulder, you will see probably over a dozen kind of fresh walker corpses all over this kind of courtyard and around where the pool area is.
Mm-hmm.
They look like
Does she
probably
know
special dead
anybody
people.
besides Ben?
You might know.
Or is
You might
anybody
know
else
Jake
staying at
is.
the...
He's been there for like a week. Everybody thinks he has cancer. He's just been
Oh,
seemingly
okay.
drinking himself to death, but probably not well.
Yeah, she just kind of looked... Well, she knows he's staying there,
Yeah.
though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would
She
you
just
know
kind of looks at him with
Rogue's
some recognition, tries to remember his name, but is mostly focused on the girl. She looks around, says, put her on, and she points to a sofa. You know, they probably have like a little sitting area.
Yeah. Jake lugs her over there. He's like, I think she's shot in the stomach. I don't know what to do.
All right, quiet. And she thinks, and she says, first thing I'm going to do, you put pressure on that, and I'm going to go wash my hands. And she goes over to the sink, and she washes her hands, thinking, you know, about gunshot trauma, which she did some of. I mean, Washington's in St. Louis, so ER, there was that. And she just kind of douses her hands liberally with disinfectant and goes over there to take a look, do what she can with her medical bag.
As you guys walk into the clubhouse with this girl, everybody is kind of looking at you with their mouth hanging wide open. And Bella storms like, "God damn it, it's about time you guys are back. We were wondering if you were still alive." There's about 15 other survivors there. Vivian and James Moore are helping with a lot of the kids. Brandy's helping out where she can as well. Brandy runs and gives Danny a hug as soon as she walks in. Danny, I don't know if he brushes her off or not, but she'll certainly follow directions and do anything that Danny says to help. For Big Paul McCall's...
She's just muttering, why did no one tell me what was going on?
"We tried to call you, Danny!" Paul kind of speaks up. "Where's your walkie-talkie, your radio? Don't you have it on you?"
She kind of pats her... No, left it back at the house.
Shit. Been calling it all
Anyway,
night. And then he just...
I got a door.
Give me, Danny, give me a leadership role.
Okay.
Yeah. You've worked with Big Paul for a long time, and you can tell that he looks away from you, doesn't want to make eye contact suddenly, and walks around the bar and pours himself a shot and takes it. And you remember, Danny, that last week the battery for your radio was on the fritz, and Paul McCall said he was going to order another one and replace it for you, and you thought he probably did. But now it's starting to dawn on you that your radio probably just wasn't working. He didn't do what he was supposed to.
She just kind of narrows her eyes, shakes her head, but focuses on the task, and she's like, all right, we all got to stay calm. If anybody else is hurt, I'll get you in a minute.
Nobody else is hurt.
Is the girl awake?
Barely. She's like, she's calling for her mom. Laura tries to comfort her, and the girl slaps her in the face. "Get away from me, you fucking bitch!" Ronnie's like, what's her name, Tet? The shot girl?
Elizabeth.
Another Elizabeth? Let's pick a different
Bro,
Oh,
could
okay.
you be less original?
All right. Beth. No, how about
Liza.
Mandy?
Lizzie.
Mandy.
Andy?
Oh, but Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy slaps the quote-unquote slut Laura that's sleeping with her dad. And Ronnie says, just kind of pushes Laura away and comes to his daughter's aid. "Somebody, please help her. Please help her. Please."
I got it. You hold her hand there, okay? Mandy,
He holds her hand.
I'm Dr. Danny. I'm gonna take good care of you. And she holds up like the medical bags, like, see, got a doctor's bag and everything. She just tries to keep I'm in charge and I've got this under control expression on her face.
Connor, when he gets his bearings in there, he's actually going to go over because he sees your basic medical gear. He's going to reach into his sack there and hand you his advanced medical gear, what he picked up there in the scavenging. This, I found this while we were looking through the houses. This may help as well, and he'll kind of set it down next to you.
Yeah, she goes through it real quick. Yeah,
Just, I don't know how to.
this will be real helpful.
That's what it is right there.
Anybody else got any medical training here?
Hey, Zypher, sorry, I forgot you're going to be playing Ronnie, so I'm going to stop stepping on your toes.
Jake,
no worries.
Jake says, "Well, Brandy, you're almost a nurse. You should help her." He kind of steps back.
Yeah, I can do whatever. Just
Okay, go wash your hands. And she starts looking through, and she says, "Now, Mandy, I'm just going to take a look here. I'll get you all fixed up." One of the
Brandy.
first things
She never stops
she looks
talking.
for
so
is
she's
some
pretty good at what
some
she's-
pain pills or some injectable anesthetic.
There's no morphine or anything. There's a little lidocaine there you can give her.
Yeah, she'll
Bill.
do what she can.
Why don't you make a, this is not the role for the actual healing, but just to figure out what's going on. And if you succeed on this, I will give you a +1. So just give me a medicine roll. Nothing wrong. You don't know this, but let's go ahead and roll to see what's wrong with her.
Man.
So go on over to go into rollable tables in the top tab.
Okay.
Flip. There should be.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. There we go.
It's under the core rule set. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go under. Yeah. Go under Bo's custom tables.
Okay.
Can you see custom critical injury?
Uh-huh.
Right click on that and hit roll.
And she could push that roll too, yeah.
Internal bleeding. Okay, so that's the internal bleeding.
Yeah, she could
That's the
push.
internal bleeding
Push
critical.
the roll, the medicine roll. She
Can I
Oh
push
yeah,
the roll?
you could have pushed it. You could have pushed it. Yep.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, so maybe at first you don't figure it out, but you examine
Hit
her
her.
belly. If you just
Yeah.
touch her abdomen, she screams, and you surmise that she's bleeding internally. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know what you do for that other than try to find the source of the bleeding and stop it.
So roll me 1d6.
Okay.
So /R 1d6. So you think, ballpark figure, if she doesn't get definitive care within 5 hours, she's going to die.
Okay. Well, she just thinks of what she can do to give her as much time as possible.
Bill's going to be standing there, like, nearby, not saying anything, but he's, like, pacing back and forth, looking kind of terrified at the little girl. And then he says, anything I can do to help you.
All right. Well, anybody who's gonna help out here needs to have clean hands. That's
Zypher, how's the
step
dad
one.
reacting?
Zypher, the dad's frozen in fear.
It's frozen.
Yeah, Ronnie's just kind of standing there, doesn't know what to do. He's not sure who these people are, but his little girl needs aid, and how can I help?
Danny tries to think about where the nearest hospital is.
There's one in Branson you know of.
We're gonna need to get her to Branson.
I don't know if that's a good
she-
idea.
Why?
All those things out there. There's traffic jams everywhere.
The roads are foobar.
Danny, I don't think you know how bad it's there. If you got her stabilized, we can go talk in private a second. We can see what options we have.
Is there anything she can do to actually stabilize her beyond diagnostic?
Nope.
Okay. She just
It's a
kind
fatal-
of
Fatal in 5 hours.
Yeah, she looks through the bag, applies the topical anesthetic, and asks Mandy if, she thinks about it. Probably NSA IDs are not a good idea when you've got internal bleeding. Maybe some Tylenol.
I've got some painkillers on me right here.
Mostly she's thinking of it in terms of seeming like they're doing something. And she hands Ronnie, like, some white pills that are really just Tylenol in it. Says, can you try to get her to take some of these with a glass of water? I'm going to go consult, see about the best path toward getting her to a hospital where they've got the equipment she needs.
Okay. Ronnie kind of bends over and starts giving his daughter the medicine, and he's like just looking around wild-eyed, not sure what's going on.
So she kind of takes everybody else to the side and says, so you don't think there's any land route to get there?
I don't even think it's about the land route. I think it's going to be that there's going to be no hospital there when we get there.
It's probably where everybody's going.
Or gone. And with the way these things are, whoever's in that hospital with them is going to be just as chewed up as those outside.
But they've got the equipment. That's the only place to get it. Does Danae think if she had her hands on the right equipment, she could do something?
Yeah, but somebody might have advanced medical equipment.
Well, Connor would have gave her his gear he found, which was advanced.
Oh, yeah.
medical
Was
equipment.
there anything in there? She starts sorting through it while they're talking because she probably didn't really have a chance to look at it in detail.
Yeah. There are things that can stop bleeding. There's things you would see in a military kind of medic pack to do.
She's really shocked. She's like, "Where the fuck did you?"
This virus, as she's looking through things, he's like, Danny, this virus, it's way worse than they're letting on. Basically, these people, they go insane. They look different. Their eyes are all weird looking. They're not fast, but they just kind of like shamble towards you. And if they reach you, they just tear into you with their hands, their teeth. Up in Stormy Point Village, basically everybody up there is dead. We barely escaped. I was in the old S10. And I was mowing them down, and they didn't even try and get out of the way. And anybody they caught, poor Raj, that old boat mechanic, he fell out the truck, and it tore him limb from limb. I literally saw, as he was getting chewed on, they ripped off one of his arms. It was just, I can't even put into words what's going on. We spent all night in this bar with the lights out, just listening to those things. Attack people stuck in that traffic jam trying to get out.
She's shaking her head. That doesn't make any sense. But she's paying more attention to the medical equipment now. Fuck, this may actually be enough. And she kind of sorts through it. I'm not used to the military trauma kits or anything, but and she some of it probably comes with like specialized instructions, so she's just kind of skimming it. And she said, but then suddenly it occurs to her, and she looks around and she says, "Do you think anybody in here is infected? How would we know? How's it transmitted?"
Well, no one started biting our face yet, so.
We checked everybody for fevers, and if they had one, we made them get out. That's what happened with that guy that came at us when we were on our way back. He had a fever, and we made him get out of the bar.
Yeah, you'll know.
She says, "Make sure that I got that deadbolt, somebody. And all the windows are locked." Oh, well, you probably already did that. Okay. She looks over at Connor again, and she's like, "Where did you get this?"
It was in one of the cabins we were going through. I just happened to find it laying there. I don't know who it belonged to beforehand.
Looks military. Okay. She's kind of skimmed through the instructions, and she's like, "I think I can do something with this." So she starts, trying to set up, I guess, for setting up the most sterile thing she can for surgery, which I guess is what you'd have to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, Bo, in that advanced medical care, I know it gives you like a slew of things that could be in there, or what are we considering to be in that advanced medical kit?
Yeah, I didn't know it was as big as it says here, but we're gonna make an exception since you found it on a scavenge roll. You found it in that cabin, and it very well could be that, whoever was staying there is. I know ER doctors that have like full stuff in their trunk they just drive around with.
I mean, that
So
must have been huge, like a big old duffel bag or something.
Yeah, like a big duffel bag. It has endotracheal tubes. It has some controlled substances in there that you would have found. Maybe some fentanyl, some morphine, some things like that.
Keep it away from Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some antibiotics. There's surgical equipment in there as well. Scalpels, scissors, things like that. Dressings, suture supplies, etc. Bag valve mask in order to support an airway. Collars.
She's going to take this off to the side and start cordoning off an area and, like I said, making it as sterile as possible. Trying to get, what was the other woman's name who was, had a little
Bella?
bit of nursing? Yeah, Bella to help her.
It's
Brandy.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tattoo
Bella,
chest
that's a good
girl.
point to bring her up. Bella is with the other survivors, and she keeps interrupting you, Danny, and saying Danny, that little girl is going to die. We need to get out of here. The natives are getting restless, if you know what I mean. If you look over to the 15 people, a lot of them are getting up and starting to pace around. And they're looking out the window at the walkers.
She looks at Bella and says, that girl's not going to die. Get over there with that talk. And she looks over at Ben and she says, take these. And she's just kind of rounded up in like a little smaller sack all the controlled substances and says, don't let anybody get hold of these. We may need them.
Yes, ma'am. And he kind of takes them off and, as they're organizing all of this, he gets out the diabetes medication for BP and he hands it to him. He goes, take your insulin and check your blood sugar and check it off. And I don't know how long this is going to hold out, but listen to me. You need to keep Bella away from this because it's going to be ugly. Give her something to do. Keep these people from gathering around. And you can see Ben is having some sort of flashback in his eyes. He's like, keep the gawkers away. Let Danny do her work. And we'll talk when we're done.
I'll let everybody else, assuming she's taken a minute to do some, it's going to take a while to get this all set up and prepped and organized. Other people can do things. I need to use the restroom real quick.
Jake, all that 151 and Everclear we got last night. Why don't you wipe down one of them tables?
Yeah, that's fine. He seems like he's sweating real bad. Looks kind of haggard. He does grab the 151 and the Everclear and takes it over and starts cleaning off the table. He does not take a drink of it, but he does clean it off.
Bill is he's going to leave them alone, and he walks over to he's still pacing around, still messed up by this whole thing, wondering what, trying to trick himself into thinking maybe it wasn't him that did this, maybe it was Ben, and then he's looking around out the window. He's going to start guarding the outside. Not going outside, but guarding from inside, looking out.
Connor, looking around at all the windows, is going to start trying to get the 15 stragglers to assist in boarding them up. Now, he's going to look at Ben and big Bill Baker there, and you guys got any screws anywhere nearby? Nails? Anything that we can use to put up on these windows to block them off?
I mean, we got a maintenance shed, but I mean, it's a shed. We don't keep stuff at the bar, the clubhouse. I mean, BP might have a stash somewhere, but it doesn't hurt to ask him. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah, nothing much around here except 2-month-old frozen pork chops and silverware, knives, liquor, that sort of thing. Cleaning supplies, mops in the back.
How far away is the maintenance shed?
Just on the other side of campus, over by my place. Not too far away.
We just came from there.
Might as well be miles at this point.
we just put down about 24 of those infected, but we're gonna draw more if we keep having gunfights at the old OK Corral here every couple hours.
Well, maybe at the least we can do is start propping these tables against the window, so if one of them starts getting in or blocking any light we have on here from going outside, less attention as possible, I guess.
Can't we cover it with tablecloths for now or something, at least for the light part?
Yeah, that's an idea. And he looks around and he sees all the tables. There's no tablecloths on
Yeah.
because they're all high tops.
Yeah.
What about aluminum foil?
There's probably a kitchen here.
Danny, you would know that they cater weddings and stuff, so you do have nicer tablecloths in the back.
Yeah, she's just going to kind of absently point toward, a storage area in the clubhouse where they keep extra utensils and just thises and that.
And then
Driven by guilt, yeah,
She'll actually
Paul will
toss her
help.
key ring over because she'll be like, "It's a big silver one."
Connor thinks for a second. All right, well, how are we supposed to hang these damn tablecloths without anything to hold them up? Yes. Anyway, you got any glue? Tape? You got scotch tape?
Aren't there blinds or something? Good God, man! Aren't you an officer? Figure it out.
It's just,
And looks around.
There might be.
there's
I don't
got
know
to be
that there would be
blinds, right?
nails.
Like,
Yeah.
Some places don't have blinds on these. It's a resort.
Maybe in the Detroit where there's no sun, but down south we definitely have blinds for the sun in the
What we've
summer.
got is a bulletin board, and she says, "Well, we've got the thumbtacks."
Thumbtacks, perfect.
Sim, why don't you give me a double high, and if you get over a 3, then there's a pretty easy way to shut out the light and cover the windows. So 2d6. There you go. Yeah, some of the windows have blinds, and other ones like you're able to maybe get a fork and jam it into the wall so the
Yeah, Connor would
tablecloths.
start directing the 15 stragglers, giving them something to do other than stare.
I guarantee there's duct tape in here somewhere.
Bill's gonna walk over to Danny, and he's still feeling bad, looking at the little girl, and he says, "You need any painkillers, ma'am?"
She's already taken what she thinks she's gonna need from the med kit. And she's like, "I've got some injectables here that as soon as I get this all set up, I'm gonna use."
Oh, of course. He looks at the little girl, kind of a shameful look on his face, and oddly walks away, not even thinking about the narcotics in the bag.
I wish this was Paladin. I could make you roll.
All right, Danny has taken one of the cleanest tablecloths and set it up, over a table in the corner, and has her dad. Can you put your daughter here on top of this table here? Mandy, I know this isn't as comfortable as the couch, and I hate to have to move you again, but this will be better.
Oh, yes, I'll do that. Mandy dear, and he kind of lifts her, and as he lifts her, he does a bad job of lifting her, hurting her more than he seems to be shaking and not in control of himself. Walks over to the table, and when he puts her down again, he, instead of doing it gently, there's a slight thud. Sorry dear, sorry. And he kind of rubs his
She
temple.
looks over at the bar, and she kind of looks at him, looks over at the bar. If you need something. But she pulls out the narcotics and injects Mandy and says, "You're going to feel a lot better real soon."
Mandy was kind of splinting her breath and whimpering a little bit, making eye contact with her dad. You see her gaze soften a little bit as her gaze become unfocused and the opiates kick in. She's still in pain, but seems much more relaxed, and Her heart rate slows a little bit, but she is still white as a ghost, and sweat is beading on her forehead, blood bubbling from her abdominal wound.
Ben kind of goes
Yeah.
up to the dad. What did we decide his name was?
Ronald.
Yeah, he goes to Ronald. Do you really want to be here for this, sir?
Well, where else would I go? She's my daughter after all, and I don't know what's happening out there.
No, I mean in a different room. I don't. If you don't want to watch this, I understand. It's tough to see this happen to any kid, let alone your own. But if you want to be here by her side, I'll be here with you, sitting by. I've seen stuff like this before. It's not pretty.
And Danny's been watching Mandy and says, I'm not sure she knows you're here anymore. I think you should at least get yourself a drink.
Ah, yes. Thank you. I'll go do that and appreciate the gesture. He looks to... Man, the names are... This is now... Ben, right?
I'm Ben.
Yeah. He looks to Ben and he says, I appreciate the thought. And he kind of walks over to the bar and just sits there, looks around, pulls a bottle, takes a sip.
Buddy, why don't you take your son with you?
Oh, you've got a son? Oh, she didn't even notice.
Wait,
Yeah,
did
isn't
the
it
son make
Bobby?
it off the boat?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought everybody-
Bobby is with Laura. Yeah, Laura's kind of comforting him a little bit.
Wait, who's Laura now? There are no names on these
That's-
tokens.
Oh, Laura's up at the very top. Like a small token by Bobby.
You can't see names? Can anybody
I
see
can
names?
see it.
No,
Mm-mm.
I can't.
I can.
No.
I can see
what?
one name, Jake Browning. In
Yeah.
mine.
Jake
I
Browning,
can
that's
see
it.
them all.
The only
Oh,
name that
okay.
matters. It probably
Yeah,
set
I
for
can-
no
I
one.
don't
You have
know.
to set for everyone on each of the prototype tokens.
X. So Laura is your new wife. Bobby is your son from a different woman.
Laura's
and then-
technically not your wife. She's your girlfriend.
Okay,
but-
he's your...
Yeah, that I got. But I'm just trying to figure out which is Laura's
They're the
token
tiny
and-
ones above the. I think.
Okay.
So the tiny one on the left is the girl that's having surgery. Yep, where your
There we
cursor
go.
is.
Glasses?
Now, is it showing up now?
For Laura,
I
it
see
is.
Laura.
Yeah, Laura it is.
Okay. Yeah. It's that prototype token. I didn't change it for a lot of
Okay,
these
so the
people.
one with the glasses is Bobby, correct?
No, the one with the glasses is the girl, I think.
Mandy.
Mandy.
Mandy, okay.
And Bobby is the big token.
Well, what I see
Oh,
is Bobby has the glasses and Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy's the butch-looking girl.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to say.
I just
Way
yeah,
to go,
they're both.
Danae.
I didn't know. Okay. No,
But
no
Todd
one,
is
no
so
wonder
hot.
Tommy won't talk to Mandy.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna see if
he
I can.
thinks her name is Andy. They're bros.
All right.
Come over and play some Xbox.
All right,
Your
there
AI
the
has
name. You
failed
should be
you.
able to see all their names.
Hey.
Should be able to see
So-
all their names now.
Yep. So Ronnie goes over to Bobby and Laura, and before going to the bar, come on, guys, let's give them some space. Bobby, are you all right? Laura, what about you? Are you hurt?
No, sir.
Oh, this is the movie.
No, sir.
Sorry. No, Ronnie.
Yeah. So Ronnie takes what's left of his family, closer away from the bar. He gets Bobby some water, gets Laura a stiff drink, and he gets himself a stiff drink. And he just sits there with his head in his hands and kind of shivering.
I guess with the assistance of the nurse lady, Danny's going to say a little prayer and see what she can do with this equipment. It looks kind of like the stuff she's used to, but a little bit different too, being military issue.
As you do that, there's a sound of like something popping, pop, and then all the lights go down inside as the electric goes out.
Oh God.
There's about 10 seconds of dead silence as all the survivors start to mumble to themselves, and then the generator kicks on.
Yeah. Danny was just about to say, Paul, you juiced up the generator, didn't you?
And then the generator kicks off. You asked Paul 2 months ago to call the propane people to fill up the underground tanks because there's a winter storm last year where the electric went out and you guys used all your propane. Paul doesn't make eye contact again with you, Danny, and he goes to the bar and has another shot.
Paul, tell me we got the propane refilled.
No, Danny. I was planning to do it this winter, cost savings and all.
Son of a bitch. Someone go look in that supply closet for flashlights. And she kind of just flips on her phone's flashlight. I'm going to need all the light I can get.
Ben kind of turns on the flashlight he had from when things originally shit the bed, and he heads over to the supply closet. I'm assuming he might know where there's some spare flashlights.
Yeah.
Assuming they have good batteries in them.
Jake has a flashlight too. He grabs his bag and pulls one out. He's like, I've got one. I was doing some
Probably
night
that
canoeing.
military bag had one. But
Bella thinks since she's big shit, walks over to Paul and just jabs her finger in his chest. God damn it, Paul! You fat fuck! Danny, I told you to fire him last year. I don't care if he was friends with your dad. You know what I caught him doing up in the pool 3 years ago? That son of a bitch. He's going to get us all killed. I hope you fucking rot in hell, Paul.
Lady, will you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes?
You shut the fuck up! What are you, surrounded by assholes and drunks here? Get the fuck out of my way. What's your name?
Bella,
Jake?
there's a fireplace over there. Let's give us a little light. Can you go see what you can do to get it started? I think you'll do a better job than Paul.
Give me a leadership.
Usually these big
Leadership
places.
check.
Okay. See if she's just going to be too bitchy to do it.
Yeah, because her thing is wants to be the leader. She also faints at the sight of blood.
There we go, leadership.
Fine. I'll go over there. This is your place, Danny. I'm sorry I was out of line. But fuck you, Paul.
I appreciate it, and I'm feeling that sentiment right now. She mostly wanted to get Bill out of the way, but the fireplace will supply a little bit of light to the place.
All right. Brandy gives you a +1. Your equipment gives you a +2. The lights being out, -2. The
Yeah,
flashlight's
she
a
gives everybody who has
+1.
a flashlight come over and shine it who she thinks can keep a calm head, but it's
Yeah,
not
so you
optimal.
Yeah,
You'll have
Ben,
a... Go ahead.
Ben, he kind of sits down. He takes the little girl's hand. He shines his light, holds it up, and you kind of see in the reflection, similar to Bill Baker, his eyes are kind of like welled up a little. You're not sure why, but like this is obviously rubbing him the wrong way, or something's bugging him. But he holds the light. He goes, "I'll keep steady. I know you can. You two can do this. I believe in you."
She kind of smiles up at him, lets out a little bit of the breath she'd been holding that she hadn't even been aware of. So what's the total? There's a plus and a plus and a minus. A minus, does it end up just kind of washing?
I did all the math. You're going to be at a +3. Because your
Okay.
diagnostic skills, there's a bunch of factors, but I did all the math. You're going to be at a +3.
Okay. All right.
Boom. Tell me while the surgery goes and you stabilize her. And it's going to be, let's see how long it's going to be to heal. It's going to be, let me click on that. It's listed on the critical, on the crit.
On the crit. Oh, well, it was
Yeah.
5.
It was the one that I listed. You can just click on it. I know. There we go. Internal bleeding. So yeah, it's going to roll recovery time, D6 days. So roll D6.
Oh, not bad.
So she'll recover in 2 days. You guys are not. This is supposed to be a gym only, but I don't like those type of rules. So she will be
Well,
better
she
in
have
2
a
days.
general idea. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days she'll be better.
She's nervous and she's taking it slow. Like she forces herself to take it slow. And as she kind of opens her up and takes a look, she's relieved to see that it's a nick and not, like horrible damage everywhere to multiple organs. She thinks, I can do this. I can do this. Hold the lights as steady as you can. And there's a couple of near misses, because human hands can only hold lights so steady. But everybody does the best they can, and what she thinks probably in the hospital would have taken half the time, she manages to get her done. She doesn't see any more bleed. I think we're good, she says, looking over at Ben and anybody else who's standing nearby providing light. Sews her back up and just kind of stands there for a while to make sure she doesn't see any additional swelling, kind of, feels around the wound area for a while for any additional edema. And then she smiles. She's going to make it. Well, I mean, as long as any of us do, she's going to make it. This isn't going to be what kills her.
You hear something.
She says,
Oh, go ahead.
Dad.
Sorry.
Hey, Dad. Ronnie.
As you look back towards Ronnie, you see Bella and Ronnie standing there. Ronnie starts walking towards his daughter, going faster and faster, kind of leaving Bella behind. And you see Bella has broken out into a sweat, Danny, and you just see her crash to the ground and fall. Bam! She just hits the ground.
And Ronnie comes running towards his daughter. Honey, you're all right. And you can
She's
see
not going to
Ronnie's...
wake up for a little while, but she is going to be okay. But she then runs toward Bella, who crashed on the floor.
She really quickly comes to. Oh, Danny, I didn't think you could do it. Myself and Blood never really agreed much. I guess that's why I never became a vet.
You did great. She kind of puts the back of her hand up against Bella's forehead.
I'm going to be okay. It's just the blood. I've been that way since I was a little girl, Danny. And Bella's going to get the issue now of wants to be a leader but respects Danny's skills.
Yeah.
Well, you held out. You held out as long as it took. You can go crash and have a lie down now. Did a great job.
She does so. The opinion of the 15 unnamed survivor kind of lowers of Bella, though. She passed out at an important moment. She's kind of losing a little leadership capital. How's Ronnie reacting?
Danny kind of looks over at Ben and just kind of mouths, "Thank you."
Ben gives her a little nod, congratulate her later, and well done, doctor.
All right. Well, now that I can think about something else, can someone tell me again what's going on? And she just kind of sits down and takes it in. People explain the situation. She still has a hard time believing, having really not seen much of it with her own eyes.
Ben just experiencing what they did, heck, probably less than an hour ago in the courtyard by the swimming pool surrounding all the cottages. He goes, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, beyond what happens to these people that get infected, their skin turns a weird color, their eyes milk over. You can see wounds on their body that would kill a normal person. It just doesn't stop them. When I was shooting them in the courtyard by the pool, they didn't make an attempt to dodge. They didn't make an attempt to do anything. I don't know what it is. They lose all higher brain function. They just have this odd bestial nature to kill those that are not infected.
Speaking of, should we maybe do a temperature check again on people? Just make sure.
Yeah. She reaches into her regular bag and she's got one of those just pointed at your forehead thermometers.
Oh, nice. We
Why
have
go
one.
around and take care of that.
Yeah, Brandy was doing it before. Being a nursing student and all, but whoever. But everybody that was in here at the time was good.
We should keep an eye on it. That sounds not like something we need to take lightly.
I think we should let Brandy do it because I wanna bring up something now that you're here, Danny, Jake, Bill, Connor. Look around you. Look how many people are in here. We got 25 people in here. This is a bar. I don't want to think too far ahead, but we can't stay here forever. We got to figure something out. I'm not suggesting we all go our separate ways or anything like that, but we can't keep sitting in here.
Got a chest freezer with about 25 frozen pizzas in it. She kind of nods in the direction of her house. But I don't know how we're going to cook those without any electricity.
Well, we could eventually build fire, but Ben's right. We have to find a more secure area or somewhere where this is not like this, wherever that may be.
If we could even get there.
I'm not beyond admitting my part in all this, and for that, Danny, I'm sorry, Big Paul says, and I know my gout's acting up, but if there's anything to be done, you can count me in as help.
Oh, I know what you can do. Stormy Point's got 3 or 4 generators up there. We're going to have to scout that out eventually, see if that mob of those zombies, or whatever the hell you want to call them, have moved on. But,
Wait. What point? What'd you say?
Stormy Point, it's like an elderly community just north of Branson Shores. We went up there to check on things out, and Bo can correct me, but I feel like there was 100 plus infected.
Yeah.
And we drove over tons, but it was swamped with the undead.
I've got maybe an idea. I don't know.
Here you go, Slip, just to...
Okay.
So down this road, actually, that road, if you continue this way, goes to Branson Shores, and this here is Stormy Point Village. This is where that big herd was in the very opening scene.
I mean, Jake, I don't know what you're thinking, but Celebration Cove, that hotel is right across the street from us.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it might. I just don't know what we're going to find in there. It's all black for me. I don't know why.
No token.
Oh, yeah.
Did that military bag have any label on it of the medical gear?
I got no side bow. There you go.
Okay.
I can see.
There we go.
Did it have what? Slip, I'm sorry.
Was it labeled with, a facility name? Good.
Oh, yeah. Was it? Roll a double high. Roll 2d6. If you get one of them over 3, then the answer is yes.
Nope.
Nope.
So she
Just
probably
a
doesn't
company.
know.
Amazon. No.
Yeah, it's like obviously military, but it doesn't have like stenciled letters on it or anything.
Yeah, Jake says, well, I mean, maybe, but I don't know how many of those things are going to be in there, What I was kind of thinking is if we had some fencing, we could maybe build a fence around the courtyard with all the cabins. That'd be enough for all of us for now.
Either that or we're going to have to start doing, I don't know what to call them, excursions. See what we can get raiding all the different cabins. Most of them, this is a luxury resort. There are primitive cabins, but most of them had electric and refrigerators and.
I mean, we did some of that, but we didn't get a chance because, well, there's a bunch of those things, and Ben and Bill here shot them, and we didn't have it. We didn't have time. But I mean, I don't know if you have anything that we could build a fence with. I'm pretty handy. I don't know what I can do about generators. I mean, we'd have to lug them back here on a truck or something. And
I mean, my truck's in the parking lot.
yeah, but do we have
Where's
fuel
the
for it?
closest grocery store? That's something we would know. Because the grocery store is where they'd have all those propane tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Or gas station.
Yeah, with the Blue Rhino.
We need some weapons too that aren't loud.
If you're looking for propane tanks, you know that there's like grills on every one of those cabins. Now you would need to
Oh, yeah. Okay.
figure out a way. Like Big Paul and some other people are pretty handy. They could probably figure out a way to hook up those tanks to the generator.
Yeah.
You'd have to switch them out pretty often though.
Right. I mean, probably it's got the same general attachment hookup.
Yeah,
'Cause that's how most people would fill
Jake
up their
is pretty
generator.
confident that he could come up with something.
Well, it sounds like we need to go on some raids. We need to get those propane tanks and any food we can find.
Well, one of the things we might need to do is move away from where there's a lot of people, because if this thing is spreading, this is going to be there's going to be a lot of them out there. The more secluded, the less there is, right?
Well, let's
True.
think this through. We're on a peninsula. It's both good and bad. It limits the direction they can come. That's why Jake's talking about a fence. But at the same time, I mean, we got to have an avenue of retreat, be a boat or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a boat. I mean,
Well, I mean, boats is something we got plenty of. We got canoes, we got kayaks, we've got a motorboat or two.
a motorboat would be ideal. Maybe pull the kayaks and the canoes behind us or something.
Oh, now the boat idea ain't so fucking crazy, is it?
She laughs a little bit. I've even got a couple jet skis.
Connor thinks for a minute. Well, how wide do you think this peninsula is? Because that's a lot of material to build any type of stable fencing.
Well, I wasn't saying that.
She'll point over to the bulletin board, and there's like at least a little map of the area, with the common kayaking routes and stuff.
I just may cut off just this area right here, just for now, just to keep them from coming up on us.
We got cars out there. Any car with a key can be a barrier, but I don't know. These things could crawl under or over, right?
I don't know. It's just an idea. But I think we do need to find some food so we can... I mean, that girl ain't going anywhere for a while anyway.
I mean, I think the hotel cleared out. It gives us a base of operations, gives us all a little more space. And then we can start worrying about the fence idea or find an alternate location. Not going to lie, I got some equipment and a shotgun down in my double wide, but I'm not going to take my truck down Stormy Point Road out to the highway. That's a lot of detouring to get around the lakes. I can take a boat there. It's just Northwest Old Tanglefoot Resort. I can get my stuff and then I can head back.
Hell yeah. I'll go.
Nobody goes anywhere alone, Danny says.
Is that you volunteering?
Well, I mean, I think we're all kind of volunteers now.
Yeah, let's all go. Shit.
To the hotel?
So you're...
With the people here, I mean, not the girl, obviously, or the family, or the children, or kind of mutters under her breath, useless folks. But...
Well, Connor looks at Ben. Is your place by any of these stores around here? I'm not familiar with this area at all.
No, it's the exact opposite. I wanted to be away from everyone, and this lake's real conducive to doing that. I live off Double D. Nice secluded area. a trailer, but if you're asking if there's anything close, I mean, shit. Nothing but resorts along the waterline. There's a cave system up north of me, and then you got Silver Dollar City, and then eventually Branson. But shit, those roads, that's winding freaking woods, and then you get to Old Highway 13. But no, we'd have to go by boat. I don't think it's safe to go by vehicle right now.
Yeah, boats.
Boat seems best. I'm thinking anybody that sick would have a hard time swimming.
Yeah, they didn't seem like they could swim because old Ronnie here and the others, they were out in a boat, and those things just kind of were milling about, not trying to get to them. I don't think they can swim.
Paul, where's the motorboat?
Yeah, unless somebody took it, there's a motorboat down the slips, right down by where we got this fine family. I suppose
Where's
we
the
could.
key?
Yeah. Well, let's see where the key is.
You got a motorboat to get the key to the motorboat.
No, it's right here. It's right here. He has it. He has
Okay.
it.
Did
He's
you
done the
gas it
first
up?
thing right. I think so.
Does he sound like you really think so?
Roll. He does. He sounds like he's telling the truth.
All right. All right, then. She goes over and kind of takes the key from Paul. Paul, you hold down the fort here. I don't want him overturning the motorboat.
Hey, Ronnie, I don't know if you want to stick around or maybe head out with us. I don't think, Brandy there's a pretty good nurse and she can watch over your girl. I don't know. We could use the hand.
Yeah. You guys have been most helpful. Anything I can do to help you guys, you saved my girl's life. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah. Just got to keep calm and just kind of do as we do. Particularly Ben and Connor here. They seem like the more just calm and just follow our lead. We're gonna go try to get a boat and take a ride, see what we can find.
Anybody got an extra weapon for Ronnie?
Yeah. Do you know how to use one, Ronnie?
No, I've never used guns before.
You just hear
Play.
Point it and pull the trigger.
Ben pulls the one out he got from the person he killed not too long ago. Was it Gregory?
Paul.
His name didn't matter. Let's be honest. He's dead.
Paul, dead Paul, morning Darlene.
Yeah. He pulls the gun out of his back of his waist, and he goes, "Look right here," and he kind of shows it to him. He goes, "This is the safety. If it's red, it's dead. Otherwise, if you pull that trigger, that's not red. Nothing's going to happen. This is this end you point at that you want to kill." And he looks at the gun. He goes, "This magazine's going to have about 12 rounds, so you make them count."
Okay,
And
thank you.
Point it at the fucking floor.
Yeah. Don't put your finger on the trigger unless it's time to use it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll follow your lead.
Brandy, hey, you're doing great. Do you think you could take everybody's temperature after we go and make sure nobody's sick?
Yeah. I mean, I can do that while you're gone. That's okay.
Yeah, thanks. And
You guys can
well,
get moving.
just let us know when we get back. Don't say anything aloud.
Oh, certainly I won't. I can keep a secret.
Okay. Thanks.
Danny just makes an announcement, to everybody. All right, we're going out for supplies. You all do what you can to secure the windows while we're gone. Look around. Might be a hammer and nails laying around that we didn't find.
Nobody leave.
Bella's coming to at this point. Don't worry. We're going to keep an eye on things around here. Thank you, all of you. Ben, especially, and you two boys, he kind of looks at Connor and Bill. There's not many of those things out there now. Every once in a while I see a lone straggler, but I'm praying it's all safe. And that you'll get back here, right? Before dark?
Keep it quiet. We're going to try our best.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough to everyone. Keep calm, keep quiet. We got some food when we were out checking some cottages, so if you're hungry, got something to eat. We also have some beverages that Brandy, I'm sure, will be able to share with everyone. And we'll be back before you know it.
Hey, Bo, is Dave and Charmaine here?
They are.
Okay.
Yep.
I just didn't see. I don't know what tokens or what, so I was just seeing what survivors we had.
Yeah, doesn't Dave have a gun?
I think
Yes.
The guy that's married to the woman that's like 8 months pregnant. He had a gun.
Yeah.
Dave has a. It's not David
Oh,
Charmaine.
yeah, the guy. That's
okay, sorry.
That's a couple. That's let me pull them up here.
Dave and
We don't
Charmaine's are
have
the
the
ones
wiki yet.
that don't like me.
That's Vivian. That's Vivian and James Moore. If you guys can't find a token, tell me because I will. I'm going through as I think of it and changing their visibility.
Yeah, James. Ben will kind of quietly go up to James and goes, "Look, I know you're armed, but don't use it unless you have to." And I probably would have noticed shooting him in the head is what kills him. He goes, "You aim for their head. That's what keeps him down for good."
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Ben kind of turns to Jake and Connor and Bill and Danny and Randy?
Ronnie?
Yeah, Randy. Hey, Randy. Yeah, sure thing, champ. I'm just going to call you champ from now on. Sport.
Champ Sports.
Yeah. Hey, Sport. You ready? Let's go do this.
Yeah. Following you.
What time of day is it right now?
It's probably still pretty early in the morning. I would say probably around 9 or 10.
Okay, but we don't need to go using flashlights in the middle of the night or anything.
No. You just had the flashlights on because you blocked out a light at the bar.
Right.
Yeah, Jake does take his backpack with his laptop and flashlight, just in case he needs it.
Just in case he finds a Starbucks with Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Anybody doing anything about their stress? Or are we going to roll?
I don't have any stress.
I'm going to try and de-stress a little. I had 2 anchors here with me.
Connor's going to try to de-stress for sure.
Yeah,
All right, how do you de-stress?
You can talk to your anchors for a while.
Oh my God, I was laughing.
You can get a good night.
Let's all go to our rooms and de-stress. There's 5 guys and 1 girl.
You can take.
I know something that's still got battery.
That's away just for any social interaction.
Well, hopefully it doesn't run on propane.
Paul didn't fill it up.
It's got like a ripcord.
Who are your anchors there, Ben?
My anchors are Danny and BP.
So I'm gonna say Danae is your PC anchor. NPC anchor is
Big Paul.
Big Paul. Okay. So how's that scene goes as you talk to the Danny and Big Paul?
So he gives a lot of shit. Like their relationship is a lot of shit talking to each other. And he kind of gives him a hard time for being a lazy fat ass. And that if it wasn't for him and his marksmanship, he'd be in an insulin coma. He has no idea what actually would happen if he didn't have enough, but he just assumes that would happen. And then he also is just kind of talking to Danny. He, he's always gotten along with her the year or so they've been there, and they kind of have like a nice relationship, but she's the boss and he does what she asks and kind of just fills her in and maybe inserts a little dark humor along the way. What was Grover Cleveland's brother name? The black guy in the wheelchair. Maybe makes.
She doesn't know any of these people are dead. Yeah, she would know.
Yeah,
them.
as they're talking, he's just kind of like, he's like, man, you just would have thought would have found a way
Grover.
to. Yeah, you would have thought Grover's brother would have ran away, but they stopped
Claude,
the guy
Claude.
laughing. He's
Claude
like,
Cleveland.
oh shit, he was a cripple. I totally forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, he was not able to rise above the situation and stand up for himself. And when it was all said and done, he just they drove him off to the hospital, but we haven't heard anything since. So I don't know if he had the police officer had the wheels to get him there.
What do you do to de-stress? What do you do?
Spend time with your.
I think it's a
anchor.
role-playing
Oh.
hook, right? To make people
Yeah,
role
it's a
play.
role-
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, Ben's the only person Danny really knows. Her dad probably was her NPC anchor, but he's dead. So, yeah. She's probably just relying on him, acting like things aren't completely going to hell and out of control. She's like, yeah, we can do this. Like kind of getting him to talk her. Like, yeah, this is not a hopeless situation. We got this.
Yeah, trust me, I've seen worse. In what scenario would be defined as worse is clearly bullshit, but
Right.
Sorry, did you say something to me? I was messing with something.
no, we were just doing our anchor stuff. He's like, yeah, we'll be out on those jet skis and swimsuits and bikinis in no time, laughing, and I'm sure
So I
it'll all be
think-
fine.
Yeah, I think a RP scene with your anchor, I think that takes all of it away.
I think that's what I read.
Yeah, I think it takes all of it
And
away.
what his bikini he looks like.
That's
So
right.
I guess Ben and Danny can take away their stress. Bill could pop pills and take away some. And you guys all would get rid of 1 point of stress from just being around people again in a safe place.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So-
Yeah, he'll talk to Brandy too. And
Brandy's my anchor, dick.
Yeah, Brandy's mine as well. Get off. The bartender.
Randy, you freaking hoe.
Brandy maxes out at, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Brandy's going around taking people's temps as
Okay.
you guys are gearing up to go outside. How do you approach her? What do you say to her?
he'll just do some painkillers then.
Hey, that always beats talking to a woman.
He's busy. He crushes them up
Okay.
and snorts them off the counter.
Connor would go behind the bar since nobody's there, where Brandy's usually at. That's his only fixture at the resort because he, just being new arrival, not expected to stay long. He wasn't really, and being a Fed there, he not really making friends, right? So he grabs a bottle and he looks at, kind of looks at Jake there and Brand, who just got that assist you going around taking temperatures and pours 3 glasses. And kind of sealed up and, hey, Brandy, when you're done, there's one for you. You probably need it after all that. Jake, here's one for you as well.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
You're going to need to take the edge off, man.
Yeah, I haven't been doing this for that long. To be honest, I've just been drinking a lot for the last couple months, but yeah, okay.
Makes you a little sharper. And Connor, of course, would drink it down pretty quickly. So, what you saying about those cell phone towers? If we power it up, would that give a signal to the area?
Maybe. I'd have to look at it. I do know how they work, and I have all the programs on my laptop from work. But it depends on what's wrong, I guess. I'd have to get onto it to find out. But I'd have to have access to it. I don't know where it is. And without internet, I can't tell. I don't know where they are around here.
All right. Yeah, no, neither do I. And he'll take another
But-
sip of his whiskey
But if
there.
you get me to a Verizon office, I can probably figure it out if there's one around here.
Well, my thinking is just for the local area. I imagine if this is elsewhere, their towers would be down. It wouldn't matter. We wouldn't be able to get out to them. But it might be nice to be able to reach out around here somewhere.
Yeah, just I mean, we could just call each other. Wouldn't be a bad thing, but it.
Sat phone, suddenly Danny shouts. Wait, they had sat phones back in...
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. 2000. It's 2010. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, if we had some,
We
sure.
might be able to find one.
Uh,
I don't think we've got one, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of the campers did.
yeah, especially if they're hikers or something, right?
problem is
Right.
whoever you call's got to have service, and I mean,
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to get to nobody, and everything's ran by some type of something from a satellite, right?
Well, I mean, you're a Fed. Don't you have like some sort of emergency system to use?
I got a cell phone and a radio.
Like, I'm pretty sure most of these sat phones have some sort of line to, like, the Coast Guard or the National Guard or something. Like, in case we got to get rescued by a helicopter.
I mean, a radio's a whole different thing. I would figure you might be able to get something on a radio, though.
If we could find a ham radio, we might be able to reach people that as long as they have power.
You don't have a radio in your car?
No, just a cell phone. Only other radio I had is just a regular walkie-talkie that busted up.
What about a cop car? Would they have something like that?
That'd be short range, but they'd a lot of them was what they called trunks, so they're digitally bonded together and then separated once they're received. That way, it helps with the frequencies of these radios.
Is there a police station in
Oh,
town?
look, then.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure there is. I've not ever been there, but
It seems like
seen
it
the
could be
Branson
a
police.
war zone, maybe. I don't know. I think we should just kind of just one task at a time for now. I mean,
Yeah, we don't know enough other than to play it by ear.
Yeah, and Connor would finish off the rest of the whiskey he poured himself. Anyway, we probably should get going if we want to make the most of this daylight.
yeah. Food and water for now, and supplies.
You know, we'll get... I'm sure there's some canteens and stuff. Just general camping gear that gets handed out for hikers and stuff.
Well, if we got fire and water, we got drink.
Yeah.
And Connor would kind of ready himself up to go. I guess Jake could be I guess Connor could be or Jake could be Connor's anchor, a PC anchor, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Since he's a link
Drinking
to
buddies.
drinking buddies, but he's a link to being able to get some type of radio traffic, so he could probably reach his partner if she's still alive.
Works for me.
Vivian and James have taken a particular liking and relationship to the two little girls, the two orphans.
Liz and Kat.
Yeah, so they've kind of become a unit. And Vivian is, like I said, there's another thing that's going to fuck you guys over. She's 8 months
know.
pregnant.
One thing at a time.
Starts getting stressful to think about all this stuff.
Yeah. Ben's like, all right. And he kind of checks the ammo that he got out of the truck when the feds, Connor's car when they first crashed, and he knows it's not an infinite supply, but it served him well. He goes, yeah, we need to get as much as we can before we batten down the hatches and get ready for whatever we're doing. But yeah, I got a shotgun. I got some supplies, a couple of different things. At the double wide, some food too. It isn't the best food, but who can say no to Lucky Charms and ramen?
Well, they don't require refrigeration.
Exactly.
All right, Connor would grab his shotgun, check his ammo on it, put some in a tube. Well, let's roll. Who's got the keys to the boat?
Danny just kind of jingles them. I'll take you down to the dock.
Perfect.
Yeah, Jig gets out his pistol and sighs. Okay, you can do this. You can do this.
I guess we tell him to lock the door behind us.
I'll let Bill Baker set the scene of what looks like as Bella Storm kind of closes the door behind all the player characters and Ronnie as they slip out the back, probably out this way, out the back of the clubhouse on the way down to the boat slip.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill, the first thing you guys see, and I'll let this be part of the scene that you describe, is Darlene is still weeping over her dead son in the middle of that road. The blood is congealed, and probably 20 yards away from her is a walker just slowly shuffling her way. I'll let you guys take away the scene.
So when they come out, Bill looks over and he sees that the stray walker coming towards the old lady, and he doesn't even think about saying anything to her or to anybody else either. She's gone. She ain't gonna make it much longer anyway. And he looks back and notices what's her name? Bella, yeah. Bella's doing a quick check around, looks at everybody, their scared faces, and all the people in the room that are going to be relying on these people that are going out to search for supplies. And she locks up the door, looking at us one last time as we start to make our way down the street, and says a quick prayer and closes the blinds.
As you guys slip out, are you guys all just going to let Darlene get eaten?
No, as they go by, Ben, he's not a monster. He killed him because he had to be killed, not because he wanted to, but because he was dangerous to the group, and especially when they were dealing with the injured little girl. And Ben just kind of barks at her. He goes, "Look, I'm sorry about your son, but he's dead. He's not coming back. You see that thing down there?" And he kind of motions with the barrel of his rifle. He goes, "If that gets to you, it will kill you. It will dismember you. It will be awful. Do not die in vain. Get back in the cottage. Nothing you can do for him."
Oh, Paul, my boy. Paul, my boy. She just ignores you, resting her head on her son's bloodied chest.
Connor would look at Ben. Well, I imagine if that was my child, I wouldn't want to leave either, so perhaps she wants to stay.
We can't just let her stay there. That thing will kill her. We've seen what they do.
What do you want to do? Knock her out and throw in there? Force her in there? She'll still be able to come out.
There's only so much we can do.
Connor would kneel down next to Darlene. "Ma'am, your son is dead. You're going to die next from that thing down there. You could go to the clubhouse, but we know you're running a temperature, but we don't know what causes this, but at the very least, get yourself inside your cabin, and if you're still fine when we get back, maybe we'll bring you over."
Who's closest to Darlene?
Probably
Sounds
Connor.
like Connor.
Oh, yeah, Connor kind of knelt down, so yeah.
Connor, yeah, give me a scout roll.
Oh my god, 8 of them.
Wow.
Push it real good.
Push her now.
Yeah, you just cleared your stress. We're stressed right back.
Let's add some more on there.
9 dice. That's very improbable.
How does Connor keep surviving? That's how I want to know.
You'll have the chance to stop this if you want to stop it. Roleplay wise, you might not want to. And I'm going to let Zypher, if Zypher's listening, describe it since he did a great job on that last session he did it. But you shot Paul in the fucking chest, which means he senses his dead mother face on his chest, and he draws undead breath. And his head starts, his chin goes towards his chest as he reaches towards his mother's ear and face. I'm going to let you decide whether you're going to risk yourself for that, Connor. And if you don't, then Zypher, you can do your magic.
Yeah, Connor, seeing the sun start moving, of course, and knows he's dead, and then seeing it kind of go in, Connor, of course, would try to stop her son from biting Darlene.
What's he do?
Oh,
Stick her in the head.
yeah. So, because he's on the ground, Connor's kind of kneeling, and once he sees the thing start moving, he's just gonna pummel it with the shotgun butt.
All right,
Close combat.
this counts as a walker attack. Yeah, just do.
You fucking-
If he fails, it's gonna be a. There you go. What's it look like?
Yeah, so Connor's knelt down. He's trying to get Darlene to snap out of it, not knowing if she even wants to. And then corner of his eye, he just sees it start moving, and then the eyes open and it's milky white. And then you can hear, like, as it moves the chest, like the air just gets sucked in from the movement. Connor, without thinking about Darlene, just bashes her son's brains out right next to her.
Repeatedly.
I'm sorry about your loss. Wham! Wham! I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
You might want to stand back, ma'am.
And
As he does that, Darlene just gets up and runs away, runs into one of these copses of trees, maybe never to be seen again.
right, she's gonna be like back with like 4 or 5 hillbillies. I know it.
Danae was like shocked when she first saw Connor take the butt of the shotgun too.
This is the first time you've seen something like this. You probably need to take. Yeah,
And so
you got to
at
take
first
a
she was
stress.
like, "What are you doing?" And then she sees like I'm sure it looks like he's leaning up and trying to bite while he's slamming it repeatedly in the head. So yeah, so take stress. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just one point.
Is
Okay.
this the first person we've seen come back from the dead?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, actually change. So everybody, if you've not seen somebody change, you take a point. Except NPCs. That's
just keep adding the stress on. That's cool.
yeah.
And Danny's just saying over and over, Jesus fucking Christ, Jesus fucking Christ. Backing up, like looking all around, like zombies are suddenly gonna
Come on, let's get to the
Yeah.
boat. Fuck
close
this.
in on them.
As they're walking to the boat, Ben, kind of the realization dawns on him. He goes, "Guys, do you understand what this means? If you die, you come back."
Yeah.
Not in a good way. Danny's like reaching into that medical bag and she brings out disinfectant wipes and she like hands them to Connor and she's like, "Get every fucking speck of blood off your face."
He might have been already sick though, man. Yeah, he already had a fever. Remember? Maybe that's it. Maybe if you're fine
We
and you
don't know how
die.
this is transmitted. I don't want to take any
No,
chances.
yeah.
Like-
But I'm just saying, it might not be for everybody.
I mean, that's true. He had a fever.
No,
That
he
could
didn't
be.
have the fever. It was his mom.
No, he had
She
the
didn't want
fever.
him.
Like Jake doesn't remember. I don't remember either. So
Yeah, Ben was stressed out at the time. He's like, "No, they both had fevers. That's why they both had to go." But I mean, it maybe.
But, and of course, Connor is wiping off his face because bloodborne pathogens and all.
Yeah, they both had fevers. I remember.
if they both
I
have
mean,
fevers, then yeah,
flatten
fine.
someone in the head with the butt end of a shotgun, you're gonna splatter some blood. We're all probably looking at ourselves, checking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's probably what a lot of that stress is from. You don't even know, like, if you get it on you, like, probably, right?
Yeah, Ben, I forgot. It's just realistically, we've all had the same clothes on, and we went through that gauntlet of zombies, so we all probably look fairly like hammered shit.
Yeah, we got more than enough zombie blood on us. That's for sure.
Hands and faces, people. Hands and faces.
Okay. Let's get to the boat. We'll be safe out there.
That fucking thing, man. Anybody who dies because it explains why there's so many of them.
Yeah, they could just be sick
Yeah.
though. They could just be sick, maybe.
Well, let's
Danny's
worry.
just shaking her head.
Ben, as they're walking, he kind of wipes his forearms down off and face and stuff, and they get to the dock. Assuming we don't encounter anything out along the way, he goes, all right, everybody.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben,
Roll on my table. Roll on my custom table.
I fucking hate your
You're gonna get
Those
syphilis.
custom table. Random.
Yep, all
random
of a sudden I
events.
got syphilis.
No, these are just
Can't
things.
follow
We all
her.
think you're a zombie.
It's Bella.
Random
You go
events.
for Bella and get syphilis.
What the fuck? Your fucking tables are gay!
This is just stuff for
Be
flavor.
careful.
So, so black bears are in this area. So everything going on, like across the way, like down from like where the woods are. You guys see like this black bear fucking come out of the woods with its cubs. It's really far away still. It's like
so
100 yards
there.
away. Yeah, it's like 100 yards away, and they just stand there and fucking look at you.
Ben looks at the group. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? Bears? Man, but whatever. Good, I'll kill somebody infected. I don't give a shit. I fucking don't
What
have
if
time
they?
for this
What if they turn
craziness."
into the things?
Look, can we not like think of worst case scenarios right now and just like focus on starting the boat?
Listen,
Really unlikely. Really unlikely. Really
Yeah.
unlikely. Danny says as if she's trying to convince herself.
if those bears hang around, that's a lot of meat.
What?
What, we not gonna kill things to eat?
Oh my
Bear meat is, I hear, not bad.
I hear it's greasy and nasty, but it'll do the trick.
Let's just
Okay,
think
look,
about
she
it
points
later.
toward the dock.
God.
Right over there.
You know, there's a million fish in this fucking lake, and you're thinking about killing bears. Whatever. Just get in the fucking boat. My God. Ben just helping like untie the ropes on the boat. He's like, "Fucking bear! How random is that?"
Danny's saying like a little prayer as she takes the key over to the ignition that A, it'll start, and B, that he actually did put gas in the engine. Paul.
Yeah, there's gas in there. It's about half full.
She looks over at the others. I swear to God, I would go back and I would shoot Paul myself.
Well,
There's
there's got to be a gas station for these boats somewhere on this lake.
Yeah, there's plenty of slips and resorts along here that have the gas pumps.
Oh yeah, we are definitely not the only one. She says, thinking of her bottom line and how it's been suffering.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to make it to my trailer and back.
You live in a trailer?
It's a double wide, thank you.
That doesn't make
Full
it any
trailer.
better.
Everybody around here lives in a trailer.
Hey, double wides are really nice.
Yeah, maybe I like my privacy. Maybe it's not about having some big-ass fancy house.
Yeah, it's a depreciating asset, though.
You're a depreciating asset.
He cracks up at that.
Ronnie, how you holding that man?
Ronnie looks like he's been through it.
Ronnie's
Yeah,
got the old round border. That you know what that means.
Yep.
Look at that 1,000-yard stare of Ronnie, just with his lifeless eyes.
He's got it.
Ronnie's looking at all of you. He is not sure why he's here.
Yeah.
You know, people are talking about eating bears, and he just watched this guy, you know, almost, what's the word, like curb stomp, but with a rifle butt, a person that was already dead. He just looks at you when you ask him how he's doing. How am I supposed to be doing?
I'm just hoping this is all a dream, Ronnie. That's kind of what I keep telling myself. Keeps me in the moment.
In the moment?
Yeah, like, not looking at the big picture, just what comes next.
What the fuck do I tell my children?
You tell them everything's going to be okay. What else do you tell them?
Listen, if I turn into one of those things, make sure you kill me before I turn into one of those things.
Yeah, I think that's actually, but we don't know, I mean, how are you feeling?
How do you turn into one of those things?
You got a fever? Just gonna ask jokingly.
Do you feel like you're gonna turn in one of those things?
I don't know. No.
You've had a fever, but it's been like 4 days. Yeah.
I mean, guys. I mean, it's safe here. Don't worry about it, Ronnie. I mean, you're probably not going to get raped. And he kind of laughs at the inside joke. That this guy's probably like, what the fuck?
Rape? Wait, those things rape you as well?
Oh, God, if that was
What?
the least of your
Danny?
problems. That's the least of your problems. But
All
no,
right.
no.
All
It's
right.
just-
We can't get
yeah.
too jokey here.
Yeah, no, it's...
Why would you say something like that?
Look, I don't know, because I've never experienced people tearing people apart, and I'm trying to find a little levity to an awful situation. How about that? I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't make jokes. You're going through a real hard time. Your daughter, thankfully, is going to survive thanks to Danny here. But I don't know. I don't know how to handle a situation like this. This is kind of out of my comfort zone, you know?
Yeah. I mean, what do you call these things? Like, is it what they show on TV? Are these zombies? But I thought that was all. That was all. Just movies and cartoons. Like, how is this possible?
Paul was dead. Paul was dead. And then he wasn't.
I don't know. Isn't there stuff like in the animal kingdom that like what are those like they can control your mind like a virus or something like
God,
that?
you're talking about a fungus. These fungal things
Yeah,
and ants.
sure. I don't fucking know.
Look, Ronnie, you brought up a good point. We don't know anything. And I hope to God we don't run into one of them things. But if we do, we need to kill it.
Yeah, we got
Rambo
here. He nods over to Ben.
What? Rambo?
Yeah, you should have seen him at the lake. He just started shooting wild. Him and Bill both. He kind of forgets what
Are you kidding me?
He kind of forgets what he's
she
talking
looks at
about.
Ben.
Yeah,
She like thumbs her. Ben? We're talking this Ben.
Connor's gonna slap, give Jake a little backhand slap in the chest. Hey, man.
People were shooting over the lake. You guys were shooting over the lake.
It wasn't us, I don't think.
Well, he would have seen. He was right there.
We literally were right there shooting in his direction.
Shooting at his children. Just trying to pick him off.
It wasn't us. Those were blanks.
Look, we're trying to stop those things. Yeah, I'm not joking when they rip people apart. I've seen it. They kill indiscriminately. Those two girls, Liz and Kat, I watched them just overwhelm and kill their dad right in front of him. It was awful. So yeah, we were trying to kill him to give you a chance.
We gotta know more. I mean, I'm not saying that we get any closer than we have to, but if we have to, kill it. And I'll get a look at it. Maybe we'll know a little bit more.
The fuck are you talking about?
If you wanted to see a live one, it wouldn't be that hard to disable it, I wouldn't think. Once you hit their legs, they don't walk.
I'm saying we don't know if this is air, blood, Saliva. It's important. We gotta know.
Look,
We gotta know so that... And she looks at everybody else so we can know who to trust.
listen, you did a good job with Ronnie's daughter there, but, I mean, I don't think you're Anthony Fauci, right? You know who that is?
I'm not. Yeah, he's a guy who was elected, or at least appointed by elected people. I mean, he's a doctor, but he's just a representative. Look, I'm not claiming to be some brilliant scientist, but I've been to school. I know the basics, and I think I could know something by looking at him.
They look like a dead person walking.
Yeah, but she's just thinking. We know all these people ain't been having sex with each other, right? And like her Missouri roots are coming out.
I mean,
So we can eliminate that.
Well, I mean, I doubt Paul and his mom were.
Right. And you all aren't running fevers, and you've been splattered with blood.
Well, we might have already had it.
Ronnie's had a fever for 4
Yeah,
days.
but he's not
You know
saying
that,
anything.
Zypher.
We don't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I just want to make sure Zypher knew.
no. I mean, I didn't get a chance to say that, but
Yeah.
when she says that, well, before I came here, I've had a fever, but I've had it for 4 days.
Wait,
No different than I've had
you
before.
still got a fever?
We're in the boat at this time, probably taking off down the river. Someone take the rudder. Take off your clothes.
Where are you guys headed?
we're heading to my double wide.
Get
Toward
naked.
Ben's
Did you
Low
say
Shack.
Tanglefoot Resort?
It's northwest. If it's north, I did. Hold on here.
So I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna change the slide.
If you pull up
So I pulled up
Tanglefoot Resort, and if you go just to the northwest of it, there's a road called Double D, and then there's a little road called, I looked at the Chateau Lane, and at the end of it, it's kind of a dead end, so I just figured that's a nice place for a double wide.
D.
That's right.
Wow.
It's a coincidence.
Double D Road.
Yeah.
And there's a double C road right before it. And it has lots of vacancies, but he has preference.
I don't see it. Whatever.
Whatever. It's the road that leads it. Like, it's so...
What's the name of the road?
Double D. Oh, Chateau Lane. Sorry.
Chateau.
Chateau Lane.
Okay, I can find that.
I've been staying right.
Danny starts feeling Ronnie's, lymph nodes and stuff.
Ronnie, what do your lymph nodes feel like?
She feels all of them.
They're hanging kind of low.
There's lymph nodes all over.
That's not a lymph
How
node.
should lymph? That's not a lymph node. Wait, how should lymph node feels when you
Sorry,
have a
I
regular...
thought it was a lymph node. It would be a pretty big
What do you
insult.
think? What do you have? Do you have the sickness or the flu? I don't even know. I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Wait, what? Wait. Just want to make sure this is proper.
I don't
If
think
I've
it's
had-
established. I think it's kind of up to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I left.
so
I
I've
left it
had
up
a-
Maybe-
to. I didn't say.
Maybe I'm gonna leave it up to Zypher. Maybe like he got in a scuffle and somebody bit him like 3 days ago, like a real small bite, so it took a long time. Like I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to you,
Or maybe
Zypher.
you have the flu.
Yep. And you don't even have to tell anybody. But
No, I've already told him.
We'll play away. Okay.
No, I already told him. I would say it's just the flu if it's for 4 days, because I don't think in the setting there is like a. I think either it comes on fully, either you're full blown or you're not blown.
Yeah.
No, that sounds terrible.
4 days sounds like a long time.
Yeah, that's
Zombieitis.
yeah. No, I would say it's
Yeah,
just a
That
regular
sounds
like
like a long time.
Yeah, I would say it's a regular fever. So the lymph nodes will be appropriate for a regular fever.
And she looks at your throat with, the little flashlight thingy in her medical kit.
Looks like chlamydia pharyngitis.
I
Laura.
think you have chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis.
Oh, I should have taken.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know without taking a swab, but I mean, Paul, whatever happened to him, I don't know when that would have happened, but this, if you've been sick for 4 days, let's just talk. She just kind of shrugs. It's like a viral infection to me. Nothing I haven't seen before.
You think it's coincidence that this only happened after he died?
Wait, you died, Ronnie?
No. Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, he only turned after he got shot.
She thinks about that. I mean, he might not have been all the way dead. Then again,
Nah, those wounds, that's a killer. Without proper medical care, he wasn't any bit alive.
Yeah, I'm not.
never heard of a virus that would
Turn people into monsters?
I mean, obviously it's after they're dead. I mean, there's no heartbeat to pump blood to spread infection. I don't understand, but I mean, I'll keep my eye on you, Ronnie, but she kind of looks a little relieved. This looks about as normal as bad cold or mild flu.
Look, Ronnie, if you just start feeling weird, like real weird, you let us know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell us.
you think of your children. Don't hold back, all right? You promise me.
Bill's gonna eye him really weird. Untrusting, and
Yeah, no. Yeah, if I feel strange, I will let you know. No way, I'm gonna risk the lives of my children. No way.
I believe you. She kind of stands back and she puts her little flashlight away and can't let paranoia get the best. But if we do come across one of these things, and she sneezes, everybody probably stares at her
Ben
with
just kind of
horror.
gives her a wide eye, like, oh boy.
She's turning.
Yeah,
Just allergies, fellas.
yeah,
I had
we
this for
definitely
about a month.
we definitely need to kind of figure out what causes these things. We need to figure it out right now. Let's just focus on the immediate surviving. But yeah, I agree. We need to know how this is transmitted. Make sure we don't fall victim to it.
On that note, Connor's going to reach into his bag and pull out his baklava, the cover there for his face, put it over his head. There. Let's just stop some blood from getting in my face if I have to beat somebody's brains out again. And breathing this foul air here.
You know,
Foul air.
I always thought these doomsday guys that stocked food and weapons and stuff were crazy. Really wished I was one of those right now.
You know, I just wish I knew who one of them was. Because I doubt they're prepared for this, but their stuff sure would come in handy.
Oh, it'd be
we
nice.
just gotta
This
get
is
down to Florida.
this area is too commercial. There's not any crazies. I mean, I guess you could go out into the deep woods, but you're just going to find hillbillies out there, not preppers.
You mean like those that live in double wides?
What you need is to find out who the Mormons are. They all got food.
And
Anyway.
you head down the lake, and let's check what the weather's doing here. Weather. Cloudy. You head down the lake, and when you start your trip, the sun's out. But as you kind of puddle along the lake, and you kind of smell those fumes of that boat engine, and the clouds roll in. Heavy winds, a lot of little white caps out there in the middle of the lake, but you probably stay more close to the shore than anything else. Every once in a while you hear an explosion, or you even sometimes will see smoke kind of on the horizon. Never any survivors on the shore or anything like that. And for what you see, there are very few boats on the lake. At one point, you see a couple boats kind of in the middle of the lake that seem to be in high gear, like they're jet boats. You don't know if they're running to something or from something, but eventually you make a couple right turns and go around Indian Point. You pass Tanglefoot Resort on your left, and what you see there are a bunch of crashed boats into the shore. And there on shore you see walkers milling around, walking up and down a stony beach. Finally, up on the left, you come upon the slip. The boat slip that leads to a little trail that leads to Chateau Lane, which is Ben's place. I'll let you guys role play what it looks like.
So as they'd make dock, it is a little boat slip there. Kind of, you take a little winding trail. It's fairly wooded. Not a lot of development in this area, which is just how Ben likes it. And you get to a clearing. It's fairly well maintained, nothing overgrown, nothing screams, hillbilly white trash. But it is a double wide. It does have its own propane tank too, as there's no utilities ran out here. Septic field off to the side. And as you're kind of approaching the double wide, see maybe an orange cat come running up and kind of rubs its legs against Ben, and he kind of takes a knee and scratches it on the back of his head. He goes, "It's good to see you, Rip. How you doing, buddy?" And he kind of looks at the group, goes, "This little cat I rescued not too long back keeps coming back, and got a soft spot for him, so I give some food from time to time, but good guy. He'll look out for us." And he goes to open the door, and they go in, and it's spacious, but it's obviously living in by a bachelor. There's not much in terms of wall decorations or anything like that, but utilitarian would probably be the word people would use. But it's well maintained, and he goes, "Well, make yourself at home." He's got a couple couches and a big screen TV, and he doesn't even attempt to turn it on because he knows it's just going to be the EBS. And let me go see if the fridge works. Get you something to drink.
See, these double wides ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's nice for one guy. Lots of space, and not a lot of
Do I
money to
hear a
maintain.
generator going?
That's up to Bo. He would probably have a backup generator, but if power's out, fridge will probably be out.
Yeah, you probably would have to start the generator in the back, but yeah, you could start one if you want it.
Yeah. So I know this kind of sounds crazy, but I'm going to change out of these hideous clothes, and I'm going to probably get this generator going and see if we can get ourselves some hot water, because I'm going to hose off and change, and then we can go back. I ain't going to take too long. I don't know if any of you else feel the same.
Yeah, something akin to a shower would be great. You got any clothes we could borrow?
You're a little thin, a little narrow around the waist, but I'm sure there's a few things that might fit you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so he'll go out there, kind of guardedly, carefully, and he'll get the generator started up.
Connor, before Ben gets his generator started, hey Ben, how loud is that generator?
I mean, it's quite a ways away from any other house. I mean,
But it's loud.
it's loud. It's a generator, you know. It runs on it's a internal combustion engine. So I mean, people are gonna hear it. But then again, I've never heard anybody, you know, Tanglefoot. It's probably the closest place to us, and they ain't never gonna hear that
I think
generator.
he means
I'm not-
things.
I'm not concerned about other people. I'm worried about wandering things in this woods.
I mean, that's
I'll-
legit fear. But there's very few houses out here.
I'll watch out the window. Danny will just position herself by the window and occasionally move to the back of the house.
Yeah, Connor would probably hang outside, just kind of. That way, kind of get a head start if something starts coming through the woods.
Yeah, Jake does as well.
Yeah, there's
Actually-
nothing. Oh, go ahead.
If there's a ladder, double wides aren't very tall. Getting up on the roof might be the best way to keep an eye on all four sides.
Yeah, I'm sure there'd be a ladder or something on there for him to get up there if need be. But yeah, he definitely, if he gets the generator started, you walk around the house looking. There's nothing out of the ordinary. There's the weight room. There's the living room. This bedroom. Nothing out of the ordinary. The only thing really is there's a locker that he has. It's fairly stout and it's got a big old padlock on it.
You wouldn't happen to have a baseball bat around here, would you?
I don't. I got a shotgun in that lockbox. I got some binoculars. Got a trusty old knife of mine, a souvenir, or a keepsake. But got some food in the cupboards and fridge, and that's about it. I know I got some shovels and stuff. A baseball bat, no.
Oh, shit, my
Cricket? She picks up a cricket bat.
fucking shovel. Yeah.
You're gonna lug around a shovel, man? I mean, we could use one for, like, tools, but
It's quiet and it'll do the job if you hit one of
it's
them.
awful awkward.
Crowbar?
Crowbar, now that wouldn't be too
Yeah.
bad.
I might have a
A
crowbar.
little heavy for me, but
Bill's gonna grab that shovel.
But yeah, he'll get cleaned up, and if no one does anything, he'll come out, you know, and probably well, yeah, I guess he'll go over. He'll be in a towel or some, you know, athletic shorts, and open up the locker, and in it he'll find a, you know, tactical shotgun with a bunch of rounds, and he'll pull out basically what's an A bag, and kind of rifle through there, and he'll pull out some BDU bottoms, and he'll go change and come out maybe in like a graphics tee. Like, all right, guys, whoever's next can hop in the shower.
yeah, I'll let Connor go next. He's covered.
Nah, I'm good. Go ahead, Jake.
Alright.
So where's your trailer? Is it like around this like little edge of this road in the woods somewhere, or
Yeah, so you see how the lane
kind of ends
so
here?
basically ends exactly where
Okay.
you pinged. I based that off the map. I was like, it ends there. That would be a good area because
Oh yeah.
he's out there by choice, and he wants to be remote by choice. And this is
Perfect.
the closest place he could be without while still being close to work.
And who was out?
There's
out-
like a little maybe deer path or a little
Yeah.
walking trail down to the dock.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So who's on the lookout outside?
Connor.
I am.
Kinda,
We're probably
and
taking
Danny,
opposite sides.
And you guys are climbing up to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let one of you guys make a scout check, and since one of there's two of you instead of one, and you have the high ground, give yourself a +1.
I'll let you do that, Connor, if you think you've got a good chance of it.
Yeah, I get a
Plus
+1.
got plenty of stress to mess up.
Hey!
4 successes. Yeah, you don't see any nearby, but you see some. They don't know where you're at. But you see some now, like kind of from where all those boats were wrecked. They're kind of shambling down along the shore, down towards where your boats are. And now that you look a little closer, you kind of see them kind of all around the shore, around the boat dock. Threat levels 2.
So they're around the boat dock where we were at?
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor's gonna give a quiet holler down to anybody that's down there by the generator. Hey man, we got those things. They're gonna be heading us off by the boat. We might want to cut the generator.
You know, Jake is just stepping out of the shower or whatever.
Bill can shut it off. He's probably out there with a shovel.
Or
go kill that thing.
Or if Connor kind of stop him. Actually, if we're getting ready to leave it running. Hopefully it just draws them there.
Yeah, that's actually, I like that idea. I got everything I need from here, and he's kind of like maybe stuffing as much as he can into a bag of into his aid bag, like food or, dry goods basically. And the one thing you do see is he kind of has like a molly belt, and he's got anybody that's in the military knows anything. You see it's a bayonet, even though it's essentially a knife, but you can tell it's a bayonet because it has like a little ring on it. And he kind of taps it into a sheath and pats it on his side and goes, "I'm ready when you guys are."
Connor would go sliding down the ladder and Danny, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Jake quickly gets dressed and he's like, what's going on? Where are we going?
Those things down at Tanglefoot, they're meandering around there. I imagine they're going to hear this generator, Connor's thinking, so we'll let him head towards that, and then we'll sneak back to the boat.
Are they at our dock, Bo, or are they across the little inlet there?
They're kind of all around the strand.
So they're on our side.
Yeah.
Should we, shoot up in the air or something?
I'll put the wall.
Do you have any liquor?
Around here.
Like hard liquor? Maybe you could set off some fire that might attract them.
I got some tequila.
You gotta be careful though.
She thinks about the proof.
Yeah, tequila probably won't do it. But if you start a fire here, you could burn down the whole forest. It's pretty heavily wooded.
Bill fires a shot in the air.
Might be a good thing, but I doubt it.
Well, we're in it.
I don't know how long you've been around the Ozarks, but rains a lot.
Well, we could definitely shoot off some rounds and go wide and circle back around to the dock. I mean, between that and the generator, it should pull most of them here.
We could swim, I guess, but it might ruin our guns. I don't know. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you
if
don't
you
want to
get your gunpowder wet.
You're really far away.
See how
too.
it goes.
Yeah, we can double around.
Go through the woods.
Yeah, basically whatever side of the, had the less cluster of dead things would be the way Connor would point out to go.
How far is this by road back to the...
A long fucking way. There is no straight route back to the resort. You got to go up Double D, up the highway through Silver Dollar, back around through Branson, and then cut back. It's only about a 20-minute drive normally, but with what's going on out there, what was going on at Stormy Point, I can't imagine what Branson looks like right now.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
If these things can't swim, staying near the water seems like a smart play.
I don't know. All because we haven't seen it doesn't mean they're not there, right?
You make a point.
Well, here's what we could do. We start heading out. I'll shoot off a couple blasts and catch up. I would get in the woods and stay still to see which direction these things are coming from.
Yeah, they're probably going to be coming from the south is my guess. That's where Tanglefoot is. Let's swing up a little to the north, and then we can cut back if need be. But yeah, you do what you got to do.
I'll stay with you, Connor.
Be careful, boys.
Suit yourself. Don't fall behind.
I guarantee I could run faster than you, buddy.
Ronnie, I don't mean this in the wrong way, but he kind of hands him, maybe the garbage bag, hefty bag full of dry goods, stuff like that. He's like, I figure you're more comfortable being the pack mule, no offense, instead of shooting if need be.
Yes. I can carry this. I'm not sure if I'm a good shot just yet.
All right. Well, here's what we'll do when you guys start going. We'll count to 30 and we'll light off a few rounds. And then we'll count to 30 again and light off a few more. And then move on towards your direction.
All right, I'm going to leave the front door unlocked since these things don't seem to know how to use doors. But, yeah, at least have the courtesy to make sure that door stay closed.
Roger that.
Danae thinks hard. She reaches down into her purse and she pulls out a rape whistle. She hands it to Connor. She says, worst comes to worst. This means leave. This means go. This means don't wait. So don't blow it unless you're a goner.
Yeah, understood. And Connor kind of smiled at everybody and kind of nodded his head and turned towards the direction of the docks where he saw most of the walkers at. Well, Jake, are you ready? Y'all better get going.
Bill points a shovel at him, says, "Don't get raped by those things."
I got the whistle, man. It's going to stop it.
God, I wished I
Good
was
luck.
still getting drunk.
You'll get your chance when we make it back to the bar tonight. I'll even have a drink with you.
All right, get out of here.
Good luck. And yeah, since he kind of knows this area, since it's his property, he'll take off in northwesternly direction to get ready to double back after they start making their diversion.
Yep. As soon as Connor starts seeing him start hitting the woods, he's going to start counting. Then once he gets to 30, he's going to look at Jake. All right, I'll shoot first. You do a round or two, and then we'll count to 30 again and repeat.
All right.
Then we'll head in the same direction.
Okay.
So Connor will let off a round from his shotgun.
Yeah, Jake lets off some smaller shots from his pistol.
Then they'll wait another 30 seconds and repeat it. And then he's gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna.
So-
Connor's gonna start heading towards the tree line, but he's gonna wait there, just to make sure that it has the desired effect.
They do. With the generator on and the shots fired into the air, they all kind of start heading towards the double wide, following the plan. You're still going to have to kind of make your way around, but they are not aware of you. Threat level 2. So what I'll let you guys do is everybody has to make a stealth check. And if you get extra successes, you can pass those along to other people. So that means you can, even if you succeed, you can still push your roll to try to create more successes. All right, so just Danny 1.
Privately rolled some dice.
I'm gonna see what everybody else gets before I push.
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh my.
Oh, look. Oh, spoiler alert.
I pushed and got one.
You didn't see that one coming.
Or how many we have total? You need 6?
I have one. I don't know.
One,
Rogues was private, so I
2,
couldn't
No,
see.
no, no,
Four.
I'll tell you what. I'll let Ronnie roll stealth. Ronnie, if you succeed, it's just like a bonus. It won't count against you guys though. So you only need 5 successes.
Come on, Ronnie.
Wait,
Come on, Ronnie.
Go around and go. Go around and go.
I can't access the sheet. Is it a sheet?
Oh, yeah, I probably didn't give you. I'll just roll it.
Did
Yeah, roll
did
the,
Rogue pass? We can't see his roll. It was private for some reason.
No, he did not.
Oh, was mine private?
Yeah, yours showed private.
Oh, I can see it.
What?
You can see it?
Uh-huh.
Some people were set as GM, so
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
what
set
is
to public roll.
favoritism?
I can push. I
Yeah.
got
Right,
access
one of
to
us
the-
got to push.
Bill Baker's got nothing.
I already
I
How
think
many?
the
You
best
have four.
person
You
to
need
push
one more.
is
You need
Ben.
one more. You need one
Ben,
more.
you're the best pusher.
All
Ben
right,
can push and Bill Baker can push.
Well, let me flick and see what
Danny can
happens.
push too, I think.
Push it real good.
I could
I'm gonna
could
push it real
push,
good.
but Connor's the. I mean,
Yeah,
Ben's
Ben
the best.
might be the best. There you go.
There you
There's
go.
two.
There we
There
go.
it is. There it is.
I think that's 5.
That's enough. Who messed
What
up?
do you think?
That's Connor, of course.
Connor, of course.
So you describe the scene. You're gonna get past them, and then like, as soon as you get on the boat, there's just like one that's kind of under the dock, and it just reaches out and starts to grab at your ankle. What do you do?
So it's under the dock. Reach out and grab me. Connor, of course, he's gonna try kicking out of it,
Jake
right?
says, Bill, hit him with the shovel.
Shovel time.
Oh, can he hit
You
him
want
with
to
the
be
shovel?
against Bill? If Bill wants to save him, yeah.
Hit him
Yeah,
with
he'll
the,
try to.
hit him with the shovel, Bill. If not, I'm gonna blow the whistle and dive in the water.
No, if not, then you guys. If not, then Sim has to roll on the zombie roll.
All right.
Oh, you did it. What's it look like?
So as he's running down the dock, he just gets grabbed. He'll fall, right? Because he gets tripped up and kind of splatters all over the dock there with his ankle being held onto by this creature that's underneath the dock. So apparently they got some water ability. And it's just, you just hear this loud crashing sound as his gear comes down with him, and you hear, ugh!
And yeah, when that happens, like Bill's trying to like steady the boat for everybody and maybe untie it, and then who was it? Jake that
Connor.
shouted,
Yeah, Jake yelled.
"Yeah, get him with the shovel!" And then Bill turns around like just in time to swing that shovel, and it cuts the creature's arm off that's connected to Connor's leg. The arm just like cuts in half with the shovel and splatters black gore on the dock, and as it falls back into the water and lets him go.
Yeah, Connor would scramble back up to his feet, and thanks for that, Bill. Jake.
Where the fuck are all these things coming from?
Well, everything that's died is now coming here. It's the apocalypse, man.
Holy shit, there's a bunch of them in the water.
Yeah, Connor would waste no time getting everybody get on the goddamn boat. Let's get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
Jake quickly does.
Danny's got the motor running.
Danny,
Yeah,
I'll
Double
let
up,
you-
Ben.
Ben hops in. He helps Ronnie with the bag of goodies, and he kind of secures his A bag, the hefty bag full of stuff, and sits down, maybe on the other seat, passenger seat, riding shotgun.
As the boat starts leaving, Connor, of course, would reach into his pocket there and pull out the rape whistle. And I didn't have to use it this time, but here, you hold on to it. It's yours. It'll come in handy.
She takes it from him and looks at it. I'm
Danny,
not
if
sure
you-
I'd blow it this time if it means leaving me behind.
Well,
But she takes it, just puts it in her pocket.
Somebody
Can't
wanna
believe
role
we
play
all
the
made
last
it.
scene?
We're all kind of just putting away from the shore. I guess we probably see the Walking Dead walking into the water, trying to catch up with the boat, and, kind of sinking under the water as they can't really keep up with us.
Ben just kind of finds himself muttering, "This is way worse than we thought."
Well, the gates of hell has exploded, man. They're all here.
We gotta get to Wyoming.
What?
There's nobody out there.
Yeah, so you can freeze to death?
Better than getting eaten.
I got to get back to Florida.
No, don't. She says, looking at him. What are you talking about?
I got a little boy there. With his dumbass mother.
Fuck.
I'm not going to Florida.
How old is he?
He's 8 years old.
She kind of licks her lips.
We can't barely even get fucking
All
into
right.
town, let alone Florida, man.
Just one step at a time. Like Ben said. Like Connor said. And she looks back at Bill. Get your... One step at a time.
He looks at her and the rest of them and says, he ain't y'all's problem. That's mine.
Well, Connor would look up. You're here with us now. Kind of makes it our problem at the same time now, doesn't it?
Connor found that kit. He found that kit when that little girl needed it. She looks at the others. I hate to admit this, but there's no way she would have survived without it. Someone up there, and I'm not a religious person, someone out there might be looking out for us.
Got a funny way of
Don't give
showing
up
it.
hope yet.
Well,
We got us each other.
and so far, this is Judgment Day. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah, second day in.
Who would
Better
have
than a
thought?
lot of people.
Danny thinks, looking at her, thinking back on her sinful life.
God, I hope my wife get killed.
Jesus, that's dark.
Danny actually laughs at that.
You're not alone there, brother.
We're all together now. Gotta believe it's for a reason. And she just kind of nods, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Very good ending.
I know the chapter name, One Day at a Time.